Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Jade Buford, the driver of the number 48 Big Machine Chevrolet for Big Machine Racing. Big Machine Vodka, of course. How's it going?
Hey, things are good. Starting to get busy again. Looking forward to getting to Daytona here in a few weeks.
Of course, Charlotte. Of course, you're in Charlotte for Production Day, with Fox Production Day, and of course Media Day and all that fun stuff. How exciting is it to get this going? Because you weren't in Daytona in February.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming full circle here, getting to revisit the tracks this coming season, and getting to getting my rookie stripes off, so to say, and just going out there and seeing what we can build on from last year, which I think we're going to be pretty much a night and day different team this coming season, and really go for it and put our best foot forward.
Let's talk about some of those changes. Let's, of course, the alliance with Richard Children with RCR, that was huge for this team. How big is that really to get technical support from them? You're just one of several teams that get that.
Yeah, I mean, from what we went from last year to what we potentially will be this year, it's hard to even put into words. It's going to be night and day different. Last year, this time last year, there was just now the idea of going Xfinity racing. There was no hauler, no trucks, no crew, no shop. And then to this year, where we are coming off on a much better foot to start with RCR's help from engineering support, updated equipment, and everything being as close to perfect out the garage door as it can be. It's just going to be a huge step for the whole team, not just myself, but everybody involved at Big Machine Racing.
That's pretty good right there. So talk about some of the other changes that are going to happen. Of course, do you know who your crew chief is, and your spotter? Is Patrick back?
Patrick is back. Patrick Donahue will be on the box all year. Spotter will be the same, Keith Barnwell. He will stay with us. He's even more involved now. I don't go into everything he does throughout the day, but he definitely will be on the radio with me throughout the races.
Of course, I actually just forgot about talking about that with Keith. Explain what Keith's role will be this year.
I don't know all that he does. I think he's mostly coming in to help Patrick sort out some management stuff within the team, so Patrick can go back to just being a crew chief and spend more of his time in that than wondering about where fire suits are coming from.
Right. That's true. He takes care of all that stuff, and that's good right there. So what other changes do you expect this year with this team? And this is your first time at this track. What do you expect from that side of things?
From us, I think we are coming into it with a clean slate. Last year was very much get our feet wet type of year. So this year we do have all the resources. Our approach to every race will be vastly different than it was last year. Last year, 26 times in the course of the year, I had never been to the track. I never got to run a real simulator, never got to do any engineering work before getting to the track. It was all get to the track and we'll go from there. And so this year's approach to every race is completely different. We do sim work and have a much, much better idea of what we will be unloading off the hauler, and then going into our brief practice and then going into qualifying, having an idea how we want to approach each and every one of those situations will be much more planned out than it was in the past.
Yeah. What tracks are you most looking forward to? I know that you have road course experience, with COTA, and of course the addition of Portland. Have you raced at Portland before?
I have.
I'm like the only guy that has raced at Portland, maybe outside of maybe Sage Karam's raced there, but
maybe with IndyCar possibly.
Yeah, but one of the only guys that has experience at Portland. Obviously, it was in a different car, but it's still the same track, and you still
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah, I raced there previously in Pirelli World Challenge, so it's definitely not one of my favorite tracks, but I do look forward to all the road courses and driving an Xfinity car on a road course. It doesn't have to be the greatest track for the racing to always be spectacular, which it usually is. Indianapolis, as much as that place is just like uh, uh, a sacred place to go racing, the track itself, if it were anywhere other than Indianapolis, would not be uh, it would not be the most amazing. It would not be that incredible. But in an Xfinity car, it is very challenging, and the racing is extremely tough. So Xfinity cars just have a way of making a track that could be kind of mundane and most GT cars really exciting. So definitely looking towards this year, I am looking forward to the road courses. But then we've had actually some quite good runs on some ovals this past year, which I think was our biggest surprise in the past season, was how quickly I was able to get up to speed and how well we could actually run at some of the ovals, which I have very little experience prior to last year running. So I would say the ones that I look forward to the most, Phoenix has become one of my favorites. I kind of love that place, even though sometimes it doesn't love us back. New Hampshire, Dover, I thought was awesome, and we had a pretty good run going there that last time we were there before we had a fuel pump go bad. And there's several other ovals that I can't wait to get back to, and I know we're going to be a lot stronger than we were last year.
Do you feel like how do you, what out of the oval tracks where are you most looking to go back to? Is there a track that you have that possibly that could happen?
Yeah, Phoenix is kind of the one I look forward to going back to every single time we get to go there. It kind of drove me crazy this year that Phoenix was one of the first tracks we went to, and then I had to wait the whole season to get back there because we had a really good run right out of the gate, and we had a good run there for the championship weekend. And I think it's a track that now, even being in better equipment, I think we can really be a contender there because that track just suits me. And I think it's just a great place to go racing. So it's a race I really look forward to.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the Xfinity Series as a whole, because there could be 50 cars at Daytona at the start of the season. The Xfinity Series is going to be some of the most competitive racing out there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this is the time to do it. And with the increased program that the Big Machine team has had, where do you think you guys stand out in that crowd?
I think we'll find out, but I have my own goals. I know the team has their goals, and we'll kind of see where they meet. I set my expectations for myself pretty high. Everybody at RCR has been great, making sure that we are as much of a contender on Saturdays as they are. So that gives me a lot of confidence to keep my expectations pretty high. Because I know what I'm capable of. It's just let's see how we can go out there and actually execute these races. Xfinity, like you said, is probably one of the toughest championships in the world, if not the toughest. And this year is going to be no different, probably even tougher. So this year it'll really give us a good idea of how we stack up, and if we achieve success, then we should be really proud.
Looking at the Rolex, I know, are you going to be a Rolex or anything like that, or any?
Probably not this year. Hopefully down the road.
Okay, I know that's the world that you've been in, but mm-hmm. I know anybody that wants to run the Rolex 24 and all that stuff. So
yeah,
yeah.
Everybody wants to watch.
Oh yeah. That's definitely going to be interesting to see there. All right, Jade Buford, thank you so much for coming on and spending some time with us. And good luck to you. Good luck at Daytona, and we'll have you on throughout the year.
Cool. Thank you so much, Casey.